Now we come to rule number 5. And rule number 5 always kind of surprises people on why this is important in our 6 rules of applying machine vision. Rule number 5 is just 2 words. No fear. Sometimes machine vision can make people a little bit nervous. Maybe they're unfamiliar with machine vision and they get maybe a little apprehensive on what direction to go in or how to try things. And what we've just learned throughout the decades of applying machine vision is that look at it from a standpoint that vision is not a press that's making the parts. It's not a robot that's assembling things. It's not a welder that's doing things. If you apply a tool as you're evaluating an application or validating an application or just setting up an application, if it doesn't work, it's okay. You can take your cursor, right click, and delete it. You can try another tool. In vision, just like in computer programming, there's probably 10 or 20 different ways of doing one thing. So never get locked into a direction and never get afraid to try new things out. Vision is never going to build quality into your part. It's just to make sure that the parts are good going out the door. So rule number 5, no fear. Now that takes us to rule number 6, the last of our 6 rules. And rule number 6 is really simple. It is to consult the experts. Why is that important? If I look at our Flutie company, we have a machine vision lab with about over $250,000 in it. We've got 6 vision engineers. We look at 3 to 5 vision applications each day. And we're not the only people that do this. There are lots of experts in lighting and lensing. If you're going to make an informed decision, if machine vision is something that you need, consult the experts. There is a lot of information out there that you can draw upon. And we can also say this too, that a lot of customers will be programming a solution and they may be stuck on a certain defect that they're trying to check. And they may spend a couple hours, maybe a couple days on trying to find that solution. We've worked with it for so often that we may be able to solve it in a few minutes. So our recommendation in the last of the 6 rules is to consult an expert when applying and supporting machine vision for the factory floor. So let's recap. Of the 6 rules, again, these are 6 rules that have come about with over decades of experience and over 15,000 successful installations in all markets, in all manufacturing, in all packaging, and food and beverage. So the first one, of course, is good data in is good data out. Really, none of the other rules can even work unless we have that data set, those master set of good images and a master set of bad images that we can do offline programming to make sure that machine vision is going to do what we want it to do. Then we come to rule number 2, and that is always start with a golden image. So as we start to program a solution and develop a solution, we want to make sure that we program in good and not program in bad. Rule number 3, and again, remember rule number 3 is the most important of the 6 rules, and that is always check your work. If you have rule number 1, you've got that master set of good, you've got that master set of bad, and you apply some tool, check throughout the whole data set to make sure that it's working, that you're not taking 1 step forward and 2 steps backwards. You always want to make sure that you're moving forward in your application. Rule number 4, and that's just a support for your factory floor and other maintenance and engineering personnel, is always name your tools. Give as much description as you can as far as what the tool is doing and why. Rule number 5. And rule number 5 is no fear. Machine vision can be a great tool in all markets throughout the world. In North America, it has been used very successfully. So vision doesn't have to be scary if you apply the right rules and process to make it work. And rule number 6, always consult the experts. Our Flutie company has been doing this for more than 2 decades, with over 15,000 installations globally in all markets. We are here to help you. Again, rule number 1, good data in, good data out. Rule number 2, always start with a golden image. Rule number 3, always check your work. Rule number 4, name your tools. Rule number 5, no fear. And rule number 6, consult the experts. Thank you.